Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the Turn 17 Season 2 draft season. With me as always is my roommate, Ephemeral.
I'm with you always.
And yeah, let's just get right into the games. This one I thought was going to be a pretty good game. Any pre-game thoughts?
Spite Ops is here. Started to get webs against a team that typically has very limited hazard removal, but Kamala is here as a rapid spinner. I'm a big Kamala doubter, so I want to see how this game goes.
Oh, I'm a super Kamala doubter. Brother brought Kamala because he was scared of rocks.
He's definitely scared of webs.
For sure. So SD,
Oh, but if it's Focus Sash, he's just going to circle throw you out.
yes. Or he could have mementoed as well. Oh man.
Well, no spin block because the Spite Ops can't tear a ghost, so 16% on a -1 Kamala. What the fuck?
That is
Eats
insane.
that Draco. Spin again,
And then
and
the
it just
Kamala's
gets
done.
outsped. Unlucky.
That's tough.
It is very tough considering
Noted.
Kamala gets Ice Spinner.
Oh.
So I assume that makes this Salamence Scarf.
Yes, that is correct. I wonder, are you ever going to get the spin with Spite Ops? Your best bet is against this guy right here. If you're running max speed Spite Ops, and this is
Right.
not max speed.
Yeah, if you're willing to sack something to get the webs back up later,
Ah, well, GG Spite Ops.
indeed.
Going for a Grassy Glide here against the Rhyperior with two potential Terra types to resist it is a little insane. Oh, my god.
He calls it with the Supercell Slam. Thank goodness he doesn't miss it.
And stays into
doubles?
Ice Beam. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't even know what the Supercell Slam switching was.
There's not really one. You
He
can go to
gets
Spite Ops.
Intimidate. Power this sucks, but I imagine Intimidate it's not doing a ton. Decides just to sack it to the Draco,
And into
give him the Mana
Manaphy.
Feed, and start setting up.
I like
Oh
the
no, you
sacking
didn't give him a
Spite Ops.
free setup turn though, did you? Oh,
Mhm.
could have just got one of you.
And then a U-turn here would be crazy. Oh. Don't see it. Into Primarina, presumably to die. Oh, we lived those.
Yeah, but the next Supercell Slam kills, right?
Probably.
Oh, but you
Oh!
no.
The freeze and it matters. Oh no.
Yeah.
Unlucky is
Um,
indeed correct. So I don't know how I like Primarina against an energy ball here. Yeah, I don't.
About that much.
Yeah, Sneasler would have been a crazy switch, but I kind of think you needed it. Or maybe
Or you
Heart
know, just
Boom.
go straight to the Rhyperior because it's not going to do much for you. But I guess you might need a sack later when you're only going to take 20% here on this,
Mhm.
especially with Grassy Train up.
Gonna
Stays in and
sack.
dies the Ice Beam. Sneasler comes in though.
Obama.
It's an interesting one.
And
And Bird and
CC.
CC.
Yep. I imagine
But Zom
Zamazenta's
kills. Zom comes in. Yeah. Psychic Fangs will pick up a kill.
and Dire
stays
Claw
in.
for the hacks.
Or in
Oh, he's going
Dire
low
Claw.
on timer. Ooh.
Oh, that big 25% hurts. Yeah, this is what I was like when you get that free sack on Rhyperior. Locks himself into Hurricane, which can miss.
Oh man. That definitely, I don't know if that killed, but that definitely would have got close.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Oh man. And I don't know if Chi-Yu would 1v1 Manaphy,
No, it would die, presumably.
presumably, but that was pretty close.
Oh, my lord.
I'm picking up Darkrai, by the way. What?
We're gonna cheat you, by the way. Anyways. Well, does Darkrai outspeed? Darkrai doesn't outspeed Zom, right?
No. Zom's 138 base, and Darkrai's
Yeah.
125.
Well, he had a big, choice scarf special attacker here that got him a lot of kills. So maybe he'll consider that next time and put the scarf on GU.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. All right.
Yep. All right, let's go into the next one.
Sun Wars.
Sun Wars. Yeah, this is going to be insane, I think.
Yeah, I know Pez didn't even bring Torkoal because he said, well, Joel is going to bring the sun for me in Ninetales, and if he doesn't, well, my team would just win. So maybe that's presumably what he's just thinking. So
Yeah, I guess that's true, but not having your Sunsetter means that you're playing into Joel's hand, potentially. Because he's the one who's going to control whether the sun's up or not. Interesting, no Clef Key.
yeah, you think a fairy type, fairy steel type would be pretty good at taking on Roaring Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you get Earthquaked, but I don't know. I'd expect with two strong dragons, I would have expected that.
Right, and I forget exactly who Joel's hazard removal is, other than Cinderace, which is not like permanent removal since you could just throw him back on. But you would think that spike stacking would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see
does
Overquill
he
do
have
something.
More remove? No, he doesn't.
Well, in any case, let's see Ninetales versus Rotom Wash. Oh, interesting. Actually, it's Cinderace versus Overquill. A big U-turn into Sylveon. Interesting. That reads to me like a really high defense stat.
Ooh.
Well, not enough.
I mean, getting a drop into Poison Jab sucks.
Going straight
man.
for Outrage.
Wow, that does a lot from Overquill. Does Great Tusk? How does Great Tusk do against this?
Oof. It's
the 3-turner.
It's a little unfortunate to get the 3-turn. Play rough.
The play rough. It's body press. I guess maybe you want to hit Wake too, but you're not gonna hit Wake.
Yep.
There's a Solar Beam.
Booster attack will never be faster than Ninetales.
Yeah. Oh, but now Gouging Fire is in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. You can't Will-O-Wisp it. You have Hypnosis.
Are you just clicking Fire Blast?
Oh no.
Oh man.
It's +2 booster attack enough. Sucker.
For 31.
Which just is a little chunk.
You gotta go to Awake and sack it, right? And then King Gambit to win the game.
Oh, but you're not even booster speed. I guess it doesn't matter because it's +2 speed, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean...
Sucker there. I'm surprised you didn't try to play around the Sucker at all, but...
I mean, I guess he doesn't want him to get sword stances here because Rotom eats that shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as it turns out.
Yep. Well, this is over.
Yeah, especially if Rotom has Pain Split.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You would think that you would see a sword stance at some point, right?
Yeah, but I mean, a pump kills, so maybe he's trying to get the sucker plays. But I mean, you don't kill, so it doesn't matter. Sad that King Gambit goes out very sad like that, but
yeah, I mean, if
I
it
just needed to start sword stancing and pray for Hydro misses.
Yeah, you'd think like maybe if it had like Lumberry, but even Lumberry wouldn't have saved it. It would have needed to get an SD. In any case, let's move on. That was a little disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
This is your game against the Treek 30s.
Yeah.
Tell us about your prep.
Sure. So, I mean, Sticky Webs is obviously very good. The biggest downside is letting Bisharp come in for free and get a Defiant boost. So I'm sort of looking for ways to worry about that, as well as my team's really offensively oriented, so Ninetales' Aurora Veil can be a big problem for me. So to that end, I have Brick Break on Meowscarada to break the screen, as well as Sunny Day on Rabombi if they end up against each other, and Rabombi can put up the sun before Ninetales gets a chance to click the Aurora Veil and the Hail. Other than that, Golden goes there to keep the webs up. Chomp is super physically defensive to worry about these Sailor and Bisharp problems. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see what you got. HF. Oh, man.
Yeah, that one sucks. It's a clean way to lose 70%. I don't want him setting up on me in turn one and just running away with the game. Here you'll see my timer go up because I was like, does Golurk get Ice Punch? And yes, it does. So that's why that play had to get made. So right here, I was looking at the damage and I forgot that Golurk got Iron Fist, and I thought, oh, that's Choice Band damage. He's locked in now. It was not the case, obviously.
So there's Iron Fist Golurk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've only played against, I was only practicing against Specs Gren, and the Supa takes nothing from, Specs Water Shuriken or Specs Ice Beam or anything, but he's U-turn, and rest in peace to my band, Indiana Quiet, sacked in one turn. We'll probably see that a lot.
Yeah, wow. So you're going to get the sticky webs up? Yep. Ice Beam just to kill. Interesting, not Blizzard, but I don't know. Maybe you think you're gonna have a couple turns. Veil, and you're not Scarf, so he switches out. Why did he switch out?
Not sure, but I kind of went Golden Go expecting him to say he went Golden Go for a reason and switched. But I was playing for the choke.
And he choked.
He choked, yeah. That's why you play for it.
Drifloon knockoff. Interesting.
Yeah. So
he's just literally gonna waste his Veil.
Yeah. Bisharp gets to come in here, which is very scary for me because Veil was up and I never went to Meow to break it, and then I miss Focus Blast.
Oh, and he goes for greedy. A greedy Swords Dance. What the hell?
Yeah. So I said, well, he's not going to Terra, so I just Brick Break. He did have Terra. I don't know why he didn't. Yeah, he should have clicked it. I said, well, if he had Terra, he would have clicked it, but he didn't. So I figured he was Terra Dark or something.
Well, even if he was Terra Dark, like, don't you think that it would have been a good spot to Terra there?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have any other Terra captain on the team right now.
Right. I don't really even know. I was checking Endure for something. I don't remember what it was. But I mean, I just didn't want to play any games with the Sailor getting crazy. Garchomp is super prepared to take it on. And at this point, with webs up and chip, Garchomp just clicks Earthquake and wins.
Why is he sacking Ninetales? Why did he sack Greninja? Why didn't he go to Golurk?
Golurk doesn't live.
I guess maybe not. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it got really shiced. I need to be careful in the future to not, like, if I'm gonna let like clicking moves like Recover there on the turn that Bisharp is really scary, because like that change in momentum can lose me the game, right. Especially with that greedy Swords Dance play.
Yeah.
Like if that Focus Blast had landed, it would have been fine, even if he had Terra, because I can go to Garchomp and start getting chipped out with my Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin, and Rest will let it so Bisharp has to take a couple turns of that, and I can start playing Sucker Punch mind games with Meowscarada, depending on his Terra type, to maybe win. Mm-hmm. If that Focus Blast lands and he doesn't Terra, then there's no issue at all, because I can just go Chomp and he'll die on his first hit. So I just need to be more careful about that, but it sucked.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like this turn, like Goldango's gonna die to Ice Beam, right?
Yeah.
Presumably. Like, and you're down 3-6. And I granted you have a lot
Yes.
of hazards and a lot of chip, but
Yeah.
like I just don't see like it seems like it's a really hard end game for you
Yes.
if Goldango dies here. Um, like if you go to Meowscarada, um, he could sack something, then go Driftblim. If he has Will-O-Wisp, he's forcing you to Jolteon, or he could just defog. So there's kind of like a 50-50 in there. And if he defogs these hazards away, that's no chip on to things like Gren, and Ninetales could come back in. Like if Ninetales finds a way to get back in against Garchomp, get the Veil back up, it's probably over for you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do not understand not going for the kill on this turn. Like
Yeah,
why?
going to gold there was very questionable, but I thought I needed Meow, Chomp, and maybe Jolteon alive to still win the game.
Yeah,
So
and
I
I
was
don't
like,
understand
okay,
going to Driftblim either. Like Driftblim has such a terrible matchup into Goldango,
yeah,
especially
I
this
don't
weird
know,
knockoff like no ghost move. Driftblim.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand it. That's a choke.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like the game was totally won for him. You definitely still had plays to make. Meowscarada is still really scary for this team, but like not killing this Goldango when you had the opportunity, and then not terraing the Bisharp, and also risking a Focus Blast is all of those things combined are like just not great. Seems like you wanted to lose the game, frankly. In any case, let's go on to the next one. So we've got the Clods looking to get their first win versus Team Zander, who I'll say it is a one-trick pony. Um, any expectations for this one?
um, no, I want to see maybe Torterra is slow and it's going to be a threat in Trick Room, which would be really interesting. I mean, like moves like just like strong Wood Hammer and Earthquakes really hurt a lot of um, the Clods if Trick Room goes up, and you gotta you gotta start going to like Talonflame and Trick Room and stuff, and it's just not a good look. Um, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see some of that. Um,
Maybe. And remember that Torterra commonly runs Rock Blast loaded dice, so
oh
Talonflame's not even a consistent
yeah,
counter.
no, that would be such a sick set. You could win the game with that.
Oh, for sure. All right, let's play it. So we're gonna see Hat and Hisuian Samurott going to Salazzle, presumably to
Wow.
get a poison move off, and Hat switches immediately. What does that read? Does he not have a psychic move?
Yeah, he must not.
Or maybe he wants to get set up with Empoleon. Okay, goes for Ice Beam. Presumably trying to catch a Torterra switch?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the momentum is great, but if he's ceaseless edging, okay. And you've lost so many turns of, okay. Yeah, so your Trick Room wore off and your opponent got a layer of hazards up.
Yeah,
And
that seemed quite mismanaged.
yeah. And now Samo is in versus Luna. Is he going to vacuum wave? Ah, of course, it's
Oh,
Zoroark.
interesting. I like that.
Yeah. So he's going to Terra Electric on the Sludge Bomb. That poison's unfortunate.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm
and
smelling a Sucker Punch right here. Oh, I
oh,
guess my sniffer was not working.
Sniffer was not working.
Ooh, I like the
Agency crib, big agency crib.
yeah, super mattered. I liked the shiny with the Terra Poison. That was very thematic.
Yeah. Talonflame comes in, but he Wood Hammers instead of EQ and kills himself on the chip.
I guess I like that because if he has a potential Rock Blast or something like that, you're going to to Talonflame to stop that, or if you had like, let's say, Terra Blast Electric.
Yeah.
It's
So
an
now Toxtricity's
interesting
in.
play.
And you just go straight to Hat. Interesting. Well,
Shift
shift
gear.
gears here, so if he sludge waves, oh, Boom Burst doesn't kill. Oh, and it's red card.
Oh man, and Draining Kiss,
Oh shit.
and then Close
Oh, that's just
Combat
gonna
to
do
get faster,
nothing.
which doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Going to backs on a
No,
Kiss.
don't take all the damage from
Oh, man.
backs.
Guess it doesn't get to it KO'd though.
Why not just go to Salazzle though? Oh. Okay. Or
That was
do this
horrendous.
and waste plays of Trick Room by making him go Empoleon on like Sludge Wave. Or you could be forcing like mind games with overdrive stuff.
Trick Rooming again, and then switching out. This hat doesn't have a Psychic move.
No. Which is crazy against 2 poison types and a fighting type.
That is
That
crazy.
Boom Burst just is picking shit up.
Ice
Ice
Beam.
Beam doesn't kill and you get
Doesn't
overdrived.
Oof. You're down to Hat and
So you're-
Talonflame. at
Yeah,
this
Hat
point.
needs to come in. You double to Salazzle. I'm not sure why this didn't happen ages ago when you took 80% on backs and Halucha, but
Healing
that's
Wish.
Healing Wish. He's putting it all on the Talonflame to come out here.
Talonflame.
Air Slash.
Air Slash.
Oh,
Bomb. Nothing. Alright, flinch. Oh.
He gets the flinch.
And he goes for it again and hits.
Yep.
In comes Halucha. You're faster. What?
He has to land
Oh,
every
you are
one, right?
faster. Flamethrower.
Oh, Flamethrower, of course.
Into backs.
Backs dies.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Wow,
What
he
a
wins off the air,
comeback.
yeah, the air slash flinches. You gotta play for your out.
Wow. No, that was insane. I mean, Zander stole a game with hacks earlier in the league, and now the Clods
Yeah.
stealing a game with hacks. That's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah, I wish I would have seen a psychic type move on Hat, because I feel like that would have made this matchup a lot easier. But I think this is the play that loses the game, really, or like
Oh,
gives
for sure.
an out. Taking this damage on Baxcalibur is really bad, and then like this,
Taking it for free on a turn to do 0 damage is.
yeah, most generously, I could say that he was glaive rushing expecting a switch. Even still, I feel like Ice Spinner or Icicle Crash or Icicle Spear or whatever still does so much damage to everything. Because
Yeah.
like if he switches to Empoleon, that you're like Glaive Rush still doesn't do anything, and you're gonna die to Flash
Right.
Cannon. So that was a horrendous move.
Yeah, no, that was. If that happened, we would not have seen the game. Also, does his Toxtricity not have Sludge Wave? It's twice now that it hasn't killed Hat for it.
I don't know, and also I don't know about sacking Blood Moon there.
Yeah.
I think if you sacked, say, Empoleon, which doesn't do that much against this team really, then
Right.
you
Especially since Empoleon is now going to come in and die.
right.
As opposed to Blood Moon coming in and getting, like, at least a move off.
Right, it would a Blood Moon probably kills Toxtricity, definitely
Yeah.
kills Bax, definitely kills Halucha, probably even kills Salazzle. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
A little mismanaged, I think, on both sides,
Certainly.
but no, definitely on Xander's side. Like that Bax play deserves to lose, frankly.
Right. Oh my god.
I also like the Healing Wish to steal a kill from Salazzle.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't think you need that percent on Talonflame.
No, probably not. I don't know.
Alrighty.
Now we have Rain. Pelipper and Arcaludon have been tearing it up in Smogon Premier League, and now they're going to tear it up in our draft league.
Yeah, and they have Urshifu there instead of the traditional water sleepers, and they also have Swishroom Ludicolo that can Terra. But I mean, Urshifu just, goddamn, if that thing is choice scarfed, like if it gets the right turns, because I'm seeing like you have Clodsire right? But that loses to the other Swift Swimmer and Rotom Moe's Leaf Storm. So I think this game is all about unlocking that Ursaluna, it's a bear. Unlocking that Urshifu and just click, because nothing wants to take that.
Exactly. Well, other than Water Absorb Quagsire.
Exactly.
But still.
Well, I'm assuming Gujo probably uses Surging Strikes, but dies to close combat.
Probably. That seems about right. All right, let's get into it. Poggies.
Boulder comes in. There's a double. It's knocked off on the Gujo. The leftovers are gone. That's really big for getting this thing down. Ludi comes in. And
Knock off the
what
Maga
is
Berry? That's a pinch berry.
that was like a pinch 1/3 heal, right?
Yeah. And
What
he goes
is
for
fire punch in the rain?
Against who? Who on this team takes a fire punch badly?
I don't know.
What?
He gets the screens up with the Life Orb Rotom Moe. Shadow Ball? It's forced to switch out. Alright. And now you Rapid Strikes. Oh no, you can't Rapid Strikes. Oh, he's bulk up? He's not even SD.
Oh, Zoroark with the burn.
Oh my god, but he said, your ass is not a water absorbed Clod.
So true. Ooh,
Bullet
Bullet
Seed.
Oh, this kills.
Oh my god. Yeah, it kills.
Wow, so the Urshifu's out immediately. We're probably seeing Pelipper and Hurricane? U-turn though. I like that. And then a switch.
Double the Clod.
Oh, to catch the Arcaludon?
Please don't keep it in. No, it always stays in.
Why is it
38%?
Wait, what?
This thing must be full Fizz Def Water Absorb. That's why. That's why it's taking so much.
Why break?
And not EQ.
And not EQ.
It's one of life's great questions, isn't it? Because if you're like, well, he's going to predict my EQ and go to Pelipper, are you going to click break and do 5%?
Yeah, I don't
Rotom
understand.
Moe and do nothing? I don't know.
Earth Power? And that just kills.
See?
Oh, well.
See? Just do that. Just that. It's as simple as that, folks.
And switching out
comes in on the big Volt Switch. Oh, he's Thunder in the Sun.
Thunder in the Rain. Light Screen. We've seen so many weird light screen Pokemon with Life Orb. This is interesting.
All right, here comes Tinkaton to on the Dragon Tail. He's gonna get the Reflect up too.
Oh.
I've seen this song and day. I have Papa Berry.
Another Pinch Berry is insane. Get the Para.
Volt for 6.
Gigaton Hammers, Terra Steel. Wait, why
Gigaton? You need the Gigaton, right?
Yeah, now you give this guy a switch. Wow.
I guess it did not matter. Alright, Leaper comes in.
And Mighty Cleave. That doesn't kill? Chilling Water?
Oh,
no! Chilling Water, no!
No!
Oh, no! The humanity. Wait, Rotom Moe? What are you doing? Ludi should be faster.
He's Rain Dish. He's Rain Dish.
Oh, he's Rain Dish. No. Counter gets the kill.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Oh man. Rain Dish different. Okay, that game was so insane it literally crashed the recording. You still there?
Oh, we're going?
Yes, we're going.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. It just couldn't handle the power of Rain Dish. I don't think I could contain that power myself. It's understandable.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, Rain Dish is so weird and funny, but like, where's that Life Orb, Swift Swim? You know, to win the game. Man, our issues are continuing because I don't think that picked up on your mic at all. Hello?
What's up?
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
All right, mark that off on your bingo board, Alex, you piece of crap. Let's just go on to the trades. So, we had some buzzer beater trades last week. If you noticed from watching my game earlier and watching Joel's game earlier, there were definitely some new guys on. I gave Roaring Moon, Arbok, and Chimecho to Joel and dropped Malamar. Picked up Deoxys Speed, Muck, and Colossal. Joel gave up Latias and Muck for Roaring Moon, Chimecho, and Arbok. Thoughts on those?
Um, yeah. So, I mean, I gave my emotes. Um, so I guess we'll start with the ass trades. So that gets a donger from me. Because the Oxus speed is very scary, and I feel like it hasn't really been living up to its potential. Um, and I think it fills that space on your team that Roaring Moon had as like a fast like revenge killer that gives you a lot of offensive power and like breaking power. But the Oxus speed doesn't like need to set up. It doesn't need to, get a unburden or sorry, not an unburden, a proto boost to activate like aggro. It doesn't need Dragon Dance. It doesn't need Sun, anything like that. It can function without anything else, and also has some like a lot of like coverage that it can run in terms of like flexibility, like taunt, knockoff, superpowers, screens. There's a lot that Deoxys Speed can do, so I think it's a good fit. And the Firewater Grass is funny on Colossal.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Um, and as for the Village in these hands, I gave it the Ender Dragon Pog because you're really going from a setup dragon that wins the game to a setup dragon that wins the game. But in the case of Roaring Moon, you're on a Sun team, and so now you have Roaring Moon and Walking Wake as two Proto Sun sweepers, which are very hard to deal with, especially if one's physical and one's special. It's hard to get like a fairy type that can answer both of these, and so your checks are going to run out pretty quickly to one or the other, and what the other one's going to beat you. Especially if you're not even prepared for Victory Bell to come in and kill all the fairies.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, I think it's a solid trade for both teams.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely agree. One thing I'm a little worried about with Deoxys Speed is it does not have the monster attack stat that Roaring Moon does. So I don't know if it's gonna secure quite as many kills, but because it's so fast, like I can afford to do stupid shit like run 252 attack, 252 special attack, no speed investment.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I do think it's nice. I like Colossal as an alternative Rapid Spinner, so I don't have to bring Terapagos with Rapid Spin to every game. And I think an underrated part of this trade package is that we traded our grounded poison types, so we still both have counterplay to Toxic Spikes. It's just that I'm going to use the Muck and he's going to use the Arbok.
Well, the Village in these hands also had Victory Bell.
That's true. Although Victory Bell, if it Terras, it's going to lose its poison type. But that all being said, I think this works. The Chimecho is like, whatever. It was just enough to balance the budget, and also because I wanted to save myself a token for dropping it. But,
Yeah, it makes sense. But gotta make use of your player trade tokens while you can. They're harder to do.
oh yeah, for sure. Um, Next is this week's trades. The first up is the Velvet Room, dropping Iron Moth, Cresselia, Pincurchin, and Ice Cube, picking up Grimmsnarl, Toxapex, Rotom Heat, and Calyrex. What are your thoughts on that?
Uh, yeah, so I'm glad to see Pincurchin and Ice Cube go. I feel like they weren't ever going to really do anything. Iron Moth and Crest are both two really good mons. So what they do, but getting Grimmsnarl and Toxapex on top of like, um, your like bulkier setup with like Quag and stuff, and getting those screens and Rotom Heat as well. If it's like a Pain Split the Wisp set is it's just gonna be really hard to break through this team, and it's gonna make it easier to get like between Parting Shot and Grimmsnarl and Rotom Heat's Volt Switch. It's gonna give you a lot of momentum to get into like your Enamorus or your Iron Boulder, or even your Zoroark Hisui, and really start like clicking buttons, breaking teams down. Um, so I put a dono wall here because when you're getting like these screens up against something like a Toxapex or like a bulky Heat, it's like you're talking the wall. Good luck.
Hmm. Yeah, I gave it a noted because I don't know exactly how to feel about this. Like if I think it's positive or negative. I do agree. Like Pincurchin and Ice Cube, we're not gonna do much. Um, and I think that Grimmsnarl, Pex, and Rotom Heat will be doing something. Calyrex is he's a burger flipper, so um, that doesn't really matter. But like to lose Cress and Iron Moth, I think is a really different direction for the team. You're getting rid of two potential win conditions to get 3 months to support your other two win conditions, which is fine if you think you can win with Boulder and an Amorous by themselves. I think it's totally playable and totally possible to do that, but um, I do like to have alternative win cons when possible.
Yeah, we'll see if you lose out on that win on potential. But I think between like Boulder, Hisuian Zoroark, and Namorous and Chinchino, like even Hisuian and Gudra sort of does the same sort of win con as Crest, which is be fat as fuck, boost your defense to the moon, and then click them that it's based on your boosts, or in this case, your defense boost. So I think you still have like a lot of the similar stuff. I forgot to mention Hisui and Gudra as part of that wall.
Hmm.
So I personally see the vision coming together a lot more with these trades.
Hmm. Yeah, fair enough. Um, I could definitely see that as well. Next we've got the Clods going to bust the bank. I guess we see a lot of these like 4 or 5 mon trades in this
Yeah,
league, huh? Um, they're dropping biggest bug, fraud flame, uh, Venusaur, which didn't really fit on the team that well, and Zoroark, and picking up a cavalcade of really slow guys. Iron Hands, Alolan Exeggutor, Hisuian Decidueye, Dondozo, and Arboliva. Thoughts on that?
um, yeah, it's I mean, it's Trick Room time. You kind of don't have any other modes at this point. I guess you do like bulky offense, but like it's really just like you're probably going to be leading into Trick Room most games, so your opponents are gonna like. It wasn't like, oh, he could bring Trick Room, I need to prep for it. It's like he almost certainly is bringing Trick Room. I know what that looks like. I need to be prepared for it. So it makes you a little more predictable. But if you just don't have a way to deal with Trick Room, um, like if you don't have like an imprisoned Trick Room mon, or like a mon that can click Trick Room back, or something really slow that can take advantage of it, sort of the way Pez took advantage of his opponent having Sun and him having Sun abusers, it's
Mhm.
like you're in a lot of trouble because there's so many like strong Trick Room abusers now. You have to like you can't have answers to a lot of them. Like Executor clicking Draco Meteor, and I know there's that like Custa Berry Harvest set, but I don't think that's very good. But I mean, just Para Dragon Draco from Executor is going to blow somebody the fuck up who's like, oh, that mon's only like 3 points. I don't need to worry about it. You do need to worry about that thing. That is like a huge special attack stat coming off a really slow Pokemon. So when it gets to move first and drop those, what is it? Like base 125 stab Dracos, that's gonna
Mhm.
hurt.
Yep.
Um,
And don't even sleep on its physical offense because it's base 105 attack, and it's got Dragon Hammer, which is a pretty solid
Christ.
physical dragon type move. I think it's base 90, 100 accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so like it can kind of do a little bit of everything except for outspeed anything that's not in Trick Room. Um,
Right.
Iron Hands is so dangerous.
It's such a fat piece of shit. And between like being able to bulk up her sword stance and then getting that longevity through Drain Punch. I don't know how much time you'll have for all of it in Trick Room, since it can't Trick Room itself. It has to come in, and then likely we'll have to if it's not the first time getting in and it doesn't have that boost, we'll see. But I think like in the right spots, Iron Hands is just so scary, and it's just gonna like pick up chunk after chunk of damage to your team, or even just like go through straight KOs.
Mm-hmm. Decidueye H, I think, is a pretty decent defogger. It's got a good amount of bulk to it, and not like anything crazy. I do like scrappy triple arrows. That seems like it would hit pretty hard, even through ghost types. And I do like it as a Terra Captain. Steel is good defensively. Dark, I'm not exactly sure how good Dark would be. I guess it's good against Psychic types, and it also boosts your knockoff damage, so it can't be like that bad.
Yeah, plus I think with Zoroark, you're losing your only Dark type, and you don't want to get swept by Calm Mind, or Stored Power somewhere along the way, so always good to have a Dark type somewhere on your team so that doesn't happen to you.
Yeah, I definitely could agree with that. Dondozo, finally.
He's off the board.
He's off the board, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, if you were waiting till the trade deadline to fix your team by picking up Dondozo, it's too late for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I like this a lot. It's just a big fat fuck you to everything that boosts its attack. I think it's going to be great even without Trick Room. It's definitely a staple stall Pokemon this generation, but it also can make pretty decent use of Trick Room. It's really slow, so it's going to underspeed everything, and then Curse is its boosting move, so if you manage to get a Curse through Trick Room, even better. And Arboliva, I mean, you used Arboliva. You know how good it can be.
Oh yeah, especially when it can Terra here. I know Arboliva. I'm an Arboliver. Between like surprising amount of like Spatak coming out with some of these like Hyper Voice, or like Earth Power for coverage, or just Energy Ball, or like a really annoying like sub Leech Seed Harvest set, or like what is it called when you set up the Grassy Terrain? That ability.
Seed Sower.
Seed Sower, thank you. You can do a lot.
And then even defensively with Leech Seed and Strength Sap, it can be a monster in that sense. Poison is a pretty interesting type for it. I think I like it because you're not that worried about ground if the Grassy Terrain is up, and then in addition you're trading your fighting weakness for a fighting resist, and also you're not able to be poisoned anymore, so that's pretty nice. I think ground is good as an offensive option because of the Earth Power coverage. There we go. And I mean, you picked ground on Jolteon because you identified that there are a lot of ground weaknesses in this league, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be good. I like these. I like these trades. The team is scary in one sense, but yeah, it is going to be pretty predictable. You won't ever have to run any speed investment against it. So
right.
Maybe that's kind of a double-edged sword here, is that everything that you fight is going to be bulkier because they're going to stop investing in the speed and start investing in the defenses.
Right.
So we'll see. And finally, we have the January Sixers, who are dropping their Hisuian Decidueye and Salamence to pick up Typhlosion, just to immediately drop Typhlosion and pick up Excadrill and Articuno.
Yeah. So I put a burger flipper here. I'm only partially joking. I don't know what Typhlosion H does for you. Like if you wanted like strong fire special attacks, you have fucking Chi-Yu on your team. Probably the strongest fire special attacks to ever hit the fucking field.
Right. I mean, just ask somebody on Stunfisk. That sun boosted 252 plus Beads of Ruin Overheat is killing Blissey.
Yeah. I assume Typhlosion H was more so picked up as a spin blocker. I'm not sure if with Dusclops on your team, if you needed a ghost for that, or if you could have figured out a way to get like a Terra Ghost on something like the Spydobs or just G Articuno or maybe another ghost type
Mhm.
that might fill a different role if that's what you're exclusively looking for.
Right.
So
Well,
no super hate on that.
well, you
Um,
can throw all that logic out the window because he just immediately dropped the Typhlosion.
oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, so he used
Um,
that trade token to drop it immediately.
yeah. So everything I just said, honestly, you could just like skip those 10 seconds. Like if you want to go and put in the video, like skip these 10 seconds, it doesn't matter. That would be great. Excadrill is I mean it's a good rapid spinner which he needs after dropping Corviknight and picking up Salamence. I mean he has Regieleki, so he's got the fast rapid spinner there. But Excadrill is it's kind of interesting because Regieleki cannot hit ground types and Excadrill can barely hit flying types or levitators with Iron Head. I mean, it does a good amount. And another thing is, it's going to be a little harder to get those earthquake sweeps with Sword Stance if you're setting grassy terrain up all the time. But I think Excadrill is really good, especially for the point value we have it at. I think it's pretty underrated. I think it's a great pickup. You need that steel typing for sure. Um, and yeah, hopefully he doesn't like prank himself. And I think Articuno G is just a really scary Terra captain. So hopeful that he can do something with it. I don't know why it's Terra Water and not like Terra Flying or Terra Fighting or something like that to, get rid of its weaknesses. But I'm going to let him cook on this one.
Yeah, I mean I'm a hater on Articuno G. I don't think it's that good, but I'm willing to be shown the light, be proven wrong. Um, Excadrill I do think is good. I think it fits well on almost every team. Um, and I definitely think that if you're dropping the Decidueye H, like you're putting a lot of pressure on Regieleki to spin, and Regieleki does not want to spin. It wants to click choice specs electric moves whenever it can. So letting your Excadrill come in and be the spinner, I think is fine. I think it is well suited to spinning. Um, you tend to see Excadrill on like really bulky type of balance teams, like almost stall, or on like sand offense. And you don't have a sand setter. Maybe we're gonna see Hippowdon or Tyranitar in this team's future, but I don't know if I love the restructure to that. If that is a plan, because grassy terrain is like super anti-synergy with
Mhm.
all the sand guys who want to click Earthquake. Um, but I think it's an okay trade. Just a little funny to drop the Typhlosion H. Using one of your player trade tokens to get it.
Right.
Um, in any case, now we can go on to the power rankings and hopefully wrap this video up.
Yeah.
um, number one, probably, I think the Grafted Grafaiais still take it.
Yep. They are undefeated.
Yep,
They're 5-0 at a plus 18.
plus 18. Not for long though, because your boys, the Aurora Starstorm, are surging back into contention. What am I, plus 16?
Plus 17.
17. Oh my gosh, that 6-0 really helped. Um, so the Pez Dispensers won. Their same record as yours truly. I think that's totally fair to keep them at 3.
Yep. I mean, you have the head-to-head, right? So
Yeah, and I also have the differential now.
yeah,
They
plus
I
14.
plus 14. Yep. And I didn't even play all the bottom feeders like he did. No offense to all the bottom feeders. So now
Hey,
the village hidden in these hands, they have lost. I believe they're 3-2 with a neutral differential, right?
yes.
That is Interesting.
Yes.
Um, I think they took a not so great loss to the Treek 30s. It looked okay at the beginning, but it's looking not as good anymore.
Yes, they've
Um,
lost to the Treek 30s and now the Pest Dispensers of Death.
yes, yeah. Um, so I could maybe see an argument for them going down and maybe your team getting into top 4 for the power ranking.
Yeah, it's tough because they have the head-to-head over me, but so they have the direct head-to-head, which would give it to them. But I also have a +5 differential, as opposed to their neutral,
Mm,
and I have a win over the Treek 30s, who they have a loss to. So that's 1 point towards me. Um,
mm,
I have a win against someone in the top 3. They have a loss. So another, you know, point towards me, but I also have I mean I have my loss to them, and I have a
mm.
loss to a team that's more middling at the moment. The January Sixers is about in the same pack as us. So if I have a loss to the January Sixers and to the Village in these hands, maybe I'm the worst out of this group.
I I could see the argument there, but because the differential is so good, like the Sixers and the Village hidden in these hands, like it seems to me like they're skating by on some really close games. Um, and I think I'd rather see a convincing win against a not so good team than like a 50-50 win against a good team, you know?
Right.
Because if you're not able to beat these quote unquote worst teams, that tells me that you've got a choke factor. Um, so I do like your team to be number 4. I think there's definitely still arguments for others, and I think Village Hidden in these hands is the only other team with a 3-2 record, right?
That's correct.
So they're definitely going to go here. Um, now we have a little bit of a log jam here.
Do.
I think it's now it's between, I would say, the January Sixers and the Treek 30s. The January Sixers are losing to like pretty good teams. They've had a really tough schedule so far, so
Hmm.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. They're
Um,
at -5.
-5, and then the Treek 30s next.
At -2.
Um, Next, I guess Team Zander is the other team that has the same record.
There is Team Zander in the Velvet Room.
Ah, the Velvet Room. So Team Zander does have the head-to-head.
Yes, Team Zander has the win against the January Sixers and the Velvet Room, um, and a loss to Clods. As one notable one, they've also lost to what's their other loss? Or I guess 2 losses, right? 2 and 3. To you, handedly, and then to the Village in these hands.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So the
the
Velvet.
other 2 and 3 team, the Velvet Room,
Mm-hmm.
6-0'd by the Pest Dispensers of Death. Lost a very close game in the head-to-head versus Team Zander. Um, that crit.
That crit totally mattered.
Yeah. A very handed win over the Big White Cookies, 4-0. Then followed by that 4-0 loss to Alex, a true 4-0 because 2 months didn't come in, and then a win this week.
Mm.
I think I'm okay with Team Xander above the Velvet Room, but I think the Velvet Room is definitely going to end up higher.
I tend to think so as well.
And again, as a big believer of the trades for the Velvet Room, I think they can keep shooting up. Although Team Xander probably has they have like
They have
4
a lot of
tokens.
trade tokens.
Yeah,
left,
they got a
or
trade
3,
tokens
I
to
think.
use. Yeah.
So Yeah. So what are those differentials again?
Team Zander is at plus or -4. Excuse me. The Velvet Room's at -5.
Gotcha. It's really close. Like
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that they got that loss because that was like a 8-point swing for the Velvet Room.
Right.
They would have
Yeah.
been plus
For
4.
sure.
Now they're like that's -6.
Yeah.
Actually, that's even like a
They would have been at 3-2 record as well. Yeah.
yeah 10-point swing actually. It's
Yeah.
insane.
They had a rough start, but I think they'll recover.
The Big White Cookies, they took a real ass beating this week. Whoever beat
Yeah.
them must have been like really good at the game. Um, uh, so I don't know how badly we can punish them for that, but they also don't change their team any week.
No, and it's catching up with them.
I've still put them here, but man, if some changes don't happen, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
So now the Clods have a win, and it's a win. It was a barely eked out win with some help of hacks against Team Zander.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the Virbank Complex Construction has a win against which team was it?
Virbank Complex Construction has a win against. Was it?
Was it the Clods?
It was the Trick 30s.
The Treat 30s. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was a better win. It was a more convincing win as well.
Yeah. It was a 4-0.
Yeah. So they're still 1-4. They're -6.
They are -14.
14. Okay, not as bad as I thought. And the Clods,
-16.
-16, of course. But now nobody is got a completely losing record, which is good.
Right.
And
yeah.
our lowest team -16, our highest team -18. So that just I don't know what that means, but it's not that bad. I guess what's not great is over half the league is negative.
Yeah. That's a tough look.
Which means that I think that means that there have been a lot of like handed wins, like +4 win.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of big blowouts from some of the higher ranked teams, that's for sure. So yeah, I mean, well, I guess we'll not a lot of shakeups in these power rankings this week. So if we're looking on into next week, we're gonna see the Treak 30s versus the Velvet Room. This is gonna be a big opportunity for both teams to make some moves in these rankings.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a game to watch for sure. To watch how this shit changes. Something's going to be changing for sure with that game, almost certainly.
Oh yeah.
I will be playing Team Zander. I hope I don't become a victim of the one trick wonder. So I'm going to do my best to prep for that.
You don't have Don Dozo, so it's kind of over.
It must be over actually. So next we're going to see Virbank Construction Crew take on the Sixers. I'll be interested to see how this goes. I think Free Marina is going to need to carry his fucking weight. And I think Ludicolo is going to need to bring Energy Ball so he can kill that piece of shit.
I think Ludicolo is going to have to change its set.
Yes, Ludicolo needs to change his set, but Ludicolo looks really scary if it does. Rain weakens use. It stops any manual bullshit that you might go for. Please don't go for any of that. And yeah, I think Rain could match up pretty well here. Maybe we're gonna see Reggie Alecki come off the bench potentially against a team that's with no grounds. So yeah, I want to see how that one goes. I imagine our Calyodon gets super goobed by Gliscor. Does it get Ice Beam or anything?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah. Then we're going to see Pez versus Jackson, which is now, I I will be Sun and beating on you, and you will be Trick Room beating on me. So we're just gonna see a couple guys beating each other off.
What? Pause.
So that's really a game that I'm looking forward to.
Wait, what?
So,
He's out of pocket,
um,
chat.
but after all these trades, I'm hopeful that the Clods can start making some mogul moves. And if they put up on a good show versus the number 3 ranked team with the plus 14 differential, that would be really great to see. If it's just a stomping, it's going to be really sad. So I don't want to see him go out like that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. Then we're gonna look at the big white cookies versus the village hidden in these hands. I think the village hidden in these hands is gonna win if the big white cookies don't change their team because he knows how to
Yeah, she knows how to build, more or less.
Yeah. So if he just builds for the Smogon sets that have been coming and doesn't let himself get gooped, I assume his team has stuff that can cause problems for everything. So, I mean, Walking Wake probably just comes in, clicks Hydra Steam, blows things up. But we'll see.
Yeah.
And then saving the best for last, the Grafted Grafaiais versus the Aurora Starstorm, the current number 1 and 2 teams that have been sitting up here for a while now. I mean, this could be a big game for some upper ranking switch ups, and I mean, I want to see what happens.
Oh yes. You know what? You just reminded me that the Grafted Grafaiais made some mogul moves as well with trades.
Oh yeah.
I believe they dropped
Pull it up.
Oricorio and
Fraud.
yeah, and some other fraud for Mimikyu and Noivern. I guess Noivern's a more consistent defogger than Oricorio. I just cannot help but think that there was not
it's
an
a
effort made.
Namorous and Oricorio for Noivern and Mimikyu, and Rhyperior is switching to a ground type Terra from a rock type Terra.
So you're saying there's no fairy type on the team anymore?
Mimikyu is a fairy type.
Okay, that doesn't count.
What?
That thing dies to a swift breeze after its disguise is busted.
Yeah, but its disguise is there for the first hit always. So.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Actually, that Excadrill is looking kind of good now for that Mold Breaker Ironhead. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I can't help but think that there was not an effort made to use Oricorio. As somebody who had used Oricorio in the previous league, it wasn't bad. You could find matchups for it. It's not fucking Rotom Fan, I guess. It doesn't have Will-O-Wisp, but I don't know. Mimikyu's alright, and Noivern's alright. I think they're both going to struggle to break through some of my defensive core a little bit. But I do like Mimikyu's matchup into Deoxys Speed. I'm assuming that that's probably what it was picked up for.
Almost certainly.
Yeah. I am going to note, though, that outside of Rhyperior, his team is extremely lacking in bulk right now. So.
Yeah, I mean, Manaphy's 100 on its HP and stats, so it could be a toolkit that you need. Given that you can get your offensive pressure elsewhere. Kyurem is a fat piece of shit, and it's surprisingly bulky.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing that gives me pause about saying that, even though their stats are quite good, is that they're not going to invest in them. They're probably going to invest in offensive stats, which that matters a lot in terms of your actual bulk. And if his team doesn't actually have like that solid a defensive core, then usually the team that's faster punches holes through the other team first, and I mean, well,
God, I hope that's me.
Yeah. Deoxys Speed is literally has speed in the name, so I hope that that helps me out. I'm gonna try to be tricky with my Terras. I'm gonna try to be tricky with my sets. We're gonna see some shit that has never been seen before, i.e. 6 Smogon sets.
Well, I mean, I'm excited to see. I want to watch that game, so I will be there no matter what.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see you next time for my game, and I hope it's a good one.
Bye, everybody.